Everybody, welcome back to the R.O.A.M podcast, The Ramblings of a Man. I'm your host, Bizziebear. So quickly, another quick video. This is about a professor that says he predicted every presidential election since 1860 to 2016. He predicted Donald Trump to win. He's saying that he has a model, and in that model, there's 13 keys to success to get to the White House. Donald Trump must get at least 6 to 7 keys to maintain the presidency. So, according to him, Donald Trump does not match those 6 to 7 keys. And we're gonna get through them together. But first, watch Valutainment. The guy has great interviews, great debates, and I'm gonna get to that interview right now. You'll never look at America the same again, because I'm not. When we're being silenced on a daily basis, that's attacking our First Amendment. So we just had a real life carrot.
Keys to the 2 candidate keys, and Kennedy is one of my models for that.
Okay, so why don't we go through the 13? Do you want to take the lead, or you want me to read them off?
You read them off. It's probably easier to go back.
I got them right here for me. So I'll go through all of them here, what you have. So these are the 13 different indicators that you have. Party mandate.
Before we get to that, remember, 6 and you're out.
6 and you're out.
6 and Trump is out. Right.
Sure. So let's just go through it together. You can tell me who's out. So party mandate. Which side do you choose with that?
Remember, all I need to do is say true or false.
Okay.
Because it's always based on the incumbent party. So if it's false, that's one key against them. And that one is obviously false, because the Republicans took a huge beating in the midterm elections, which is that's what it's measured on. So 1 false.
So 1 false. So that favors, just so the viewers watching this, that favors the Dems.
Right, or goes against Trump. Exactly.
Sure.
Either way.
Contest. Second one, no primary contest.
No, Trump wasn't opposed. That one's true.
Okay, got it. 3, incumbency.
He's the sitting president. That one's true.
Question. Third party.
Forget about Kanye West, didn't even make it to the ballot. That one is true. So the first 4, which I call the political keys, only 1 false.
Only 1 false, which is the House. He lost the House, and they got a lot of work to do with the House. Okay.
Yes.
So short-term economy.
Well, that's based on whether there's an election year recession. That was looking good until we got the pandemic recession. That one is false.
Okay. 6, long-term economy.
That was also looking good until we got this relentlessly negative growth this year that drove the average down so far. So that's the 3rd false.
7 is policy change.
Absolutely. He came in intent on undoing everything Obama had done. And he's mostly done it by executive orders, but certain policies now are very different. That one's true.
Social unrest.
That was also looking good until the death of George Floyd and the social unrest raging across the land. So that one is false. So we're now at 4 falses.
Scandal, number 9.
My favorite key, the scandal key. And we can talk about it, but as you know, because I wrote the book, Case for Impeachment, at the same time I predicted Donald Trump would win, I also predicted he would be impeached. Mm-hmm. And he was. He's only the 3rd American president ever to be impeached by the full House. Richard Nixon resigned before that happened, so that one is false. That's 5 down.
Okay, got it. 10, foreign military failure.
Well, you can argue there have been failures on Bush's watch, but again, these judgments here have to be objective and nonpartisan, and they have to be based on how I called the keys since 1860. And we're talking about big splashing failures like 9/11 or losing a war. Nothing of that magnitude, so I count that one as true.
So that one is true. Okay, so that favors more on Trump. So foreign military success.
Yeah, I've looked around. He got nowhere in North Korea except to pump up Kim Jong-un. Gave up Syria to the Russians. Nothing accomplished there. Nothing accomplished in Iran or in Venezuela. Now, recently, we did have this UAE treaty with the Israelis, but it's a bogus treaty because it just says suspend annexations, and Netanyahu said he can unsuspend at any time. And the whole, God knows how many hours of the Republican convention. You've probably watched it too. One line in the UAE treaty, one line in Trump's speech, that's it. So I don't count that, so that one is false.
So that one is false in your eyes.
We're now 6.
Yes, so now it's incumbent charisma.
This is the one I get the most flack about. But again, it's not someone's opinion, it's how it fits my model. And this is a very high threshold key, Patrick, very high. We're talking about the once-in-a-generation inspirational candidate, like on the Republican side, Theodore Roosevelt and Ronald Reagan, who brought in all those Reagan Democrats. And to win this key, you have to be broadly appealing. Trump's a great showman, but as we know, he appeals to a narrow base, about 40 to 43%, and the strong approval is 25 to 30%. More than 60% of the American people don't trust him and don't like him. So that one I count as false. That's 7.
And that's all he needs. And then the last one is challenger's charisma, which is Biden.
So if Biden was charismatic, that would count against Trump, but he's not. He's an experienced guy, decent guy. Just as Trump is no Ronald Reagan, Joe Biden is no John F. Kennedy.
Okay.
So that one is true, but we have 7.
So based on your prediction, and you predict who will be president come election day?
Yes, based on my prediction, with 7 keys down and only 6 to count out the party holding the White House, I predict Donald Trump will lose, and therefore Joe Biden.
So, what do you think about the interview? I mean, it did make some sense. It sounds good. The guy is a Democrat, by the way, but he's got a few things wrong. And I'm sure you know about them. If you're a Trumper, then you know. We're going to go through them right now. So here we go. 6 keys false, and Trump predicted to lose. So you and I are going to go through only the false questions, because that's all we need to turn around to true for him to become president for 4 more years. So, number 1, false. Party mandate. Yes, that is true. We lost the House in the midterm elections. Number 2, that's a false. Short-term economy. Now, if you have been following the economy, it is, yes, since the COVID hit, it went down. And that was because of the Democrat Party. They wanted this to happen. That's why they gave you $600 to stay in your home. But it's going up. Very gradually, but it's going. So, therefore, that is a true. In the long-term economy, yes, that is going to hit the fan before this election. Guaranteed. And here's the clip to prove so. Even CNN said it.
It's just out right now. 1.4 million. Unemployment rate falls to 8.4%.
Adding 1.4 million jobs in August, the unemployment rate falling.
8.4% is the new unemployment rate. That was a dramatic drop in the unemployment rate.
Unemployment is, ticking down.
The economic recovery is here. We're on the mend.
A lot more people came back to the workforce.
The jobs are in manufacturing. The jobs are in logistics, business operations, healthcare, transportation, retail sector.
The economy is recovering way faster than any economist thought.
8.4 is certainly a lot lower than I thought we would get the unemployment rate by the summer, lower even than I thought it would be at the end of the year.
Pretty remarkable, especially considering all you hear in the press.
It is moving in the right direction.
It is a very competitive job market.
And hope is rising. I think heading into the fall, that's only going to continue.
Now here comes the rest. If that don't prove it, then I don't know what else will. Let's see. Social unrest. Now, social unrest, I can see that being a false, but if you think about it, it's all done by the Democrat Party. They're the only ones that's pushing the narrative to stay rioting. Okay? Donald Trump has done everything to settle people down, and he's still trying to this day. So therefore, I want that one to be a partial. All right, now scandal. Everybody knows that the impeachment bull from day one was a hoax. So therefore, that impeachment shouldn't hold up That was just the Democrats' way trying to say, hey, we want you out. The text messages prove it, the scandal with FBI, all of it. They went rogue. So therefore, that is a true. Now we're on the foreign military failure. He never failed anything. I don't know how he can say it's a fail, because in different countries, he's gone after many terrorists that's killed American soldiers. He put in place great foreign ambassadors and military aid. So therefore, that is a true. He's taken out ISIS and has done great things for our military. He, went to North Korea, became allies with them, became allies with Russia, even though everybody said he was going to make us go to a war and put us in recession. He never did, okay? Now look at charisma. This guy has more charisma than charisma itself. This guy has turned the country around, people. Based on my professional opinion, he is going to be president. All those falses that he said he has all true. Maybe one false. Maybe one. But that guy totally dislikes Donald Trump. It don't matter if he predicted him to win in 2016. It matters what he's saying now. Everything is based on lies that the Democrat Party has pushed out. He's trying to sell that book. I suggest do not go buy it. I do suggest to go watch Valutainment, because that man has some great interviews. Great debates, interviews, phenomenal. But that guy is a total fraud. He's a liar, especially with this one. Donald Trump will become president. There was a prophecy said in 2006 or 2007, and to a T, it's Donald Trump. God bless. I hope you like this episode. Leave it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and please, God, stay true, America. You'll never look at America the same again, because I'm not.